Hello and welcome to this Wooster game. I am once again in a division with Sol. This time he's playing the Harugumo, and the map is Hotspot with standard mode. We spawn on the south side, and I decided I will go to the west, to the islands there, and see if I can find anything to shoot at. Sol will be running straight ahead. In the beginning here, I don't really know why he does this, because he is also running the pure gunboat build, so his detection is 6.9 kilometers. So he can't really outspot other DDs. But I later find out that he is actually not in the game right now. He's all tabbed out. And when he comes back, he starts turning back towards the west. So I don't have to worry too much about what he's up to, for now at least. Some enemy ships spotted in the distance, but nothing that is really in my range. The Richelieu is entering my range, so I try to open up on him and get some damage. Of course, the gun arcs are quite challenging, and he's maneuvering, and I probably running his speed boost, so it's a bit difficult to hit. But I get some hits and at least fire. We get an early destroyer kill, which is very good, especially since we had a Kaba at that side, and he can't really outspot any other destroyers. Trying to get back into position to shoot at the Richelieu, but he goes back behind the island, and I open my radar to maybe let other people shoot at him or the Yugomo, while I try to open up on the Kurfürst, but unfortunately he disappears, but comes back again, and I open up again. Meanwhile, we lose 2 ships, but our Kaba here is really outplaying the Richelieu and gets his second kill. Trying to take some pot shots at the Yugomo, but not too easy at this range. Switch to the Seattle. And after some misses, I start getting some hits. And at least forces him to move back north. So far from my side, the game has not been too great. I'm trying to get back north to help Sol. I get detected, which means I can still radar since it's before the patch. Sol gets detonated, and I try to deal with Shima, but he gets out of my radar range. I go back to shooting at Seattle. I activate my Hydro in case the Yugom or the Shima torped. But then the Kurfürst pushes, and I start opening fire on him. It's only me on the Kaba here, so the only thing we can do is really kite and try to do damage. And for a Wooster, shooting at the Kurfürst while kiting away is more or less as good as it gets. Of course, it would have been better to be behind an island, but kiting in this ship is pretty good, at least against the battleships. Cruisers works too, but not as good. And I can just spam him with HE while he tries to hit me with his big AP guns. Get some fires too, so I can really melt him. Get some help from the Kaba when he is in range. On the east side, as I get my Widerer, my team has been doing some good work and has been able to push up north quite a bit. And thanks to some help from the Kaba, I get Kurfürst killed, and I also get Arsonist while I'm at it. The Seattle we had on this side dies, so we have Yugumo and Shima, which were here somewhere. The rest is further to the north. We had 2 Bismarcks, now 1, and the enemy Wooster. So I'm hoping I will be able to catch one of the DDs going to our base, and if so, I should be able to radar and kill him. I get detected, so I activate my radar, and this time the destroyer will not be able to get out, and I killed Yugumo. I'm not detected though, so the Shima is at least behind some island. I activate the Hydra to avoid any torps from the Yugumo. But other than that, my intention is to move towards the enemy base and help deal with the ships there. The Kaba is following, and our Montana is moving out into the middle to hopefully support the 2 Bismarcks we have in the northeast corner. One of our Bismarcks dies, unfortunately, so that the one that is left is now alone versus enemy Bismarck and Wooster 2. Roaster Montana feels spotted because I guess that would mean the Shima is close enough, and he is, but I don't know where he is, and I'm not detected, so there's no point in using my last radar. Me, the Cab, and Monty are all pushing towards the cap, while the Wooster and Bismarck is trying to take care of our Bismarck. We start capping, but then the Shima actually smokes up. I guess he doesn't know that I'm here. Saul says a few words about what he thinks of this idea. I use my last radar to detect him, and 1 salvo is enough to get him killed. Our Bismarck in the east has died, but we are still 3 ships versus 2, and we are contesting their base. Saul still expressing his admiration for the enemy Shima in that decision to smoke up the way he did. Wooster was not in my radar range, but I do expect him to be coming back since we are contesting the base. And he does, and kills our Kaba. So now it's 2-2, and the enemy Wooster gets a Kraken there. So he has been doing quite well. And now I am radared. but since I don't have any raiders left, he remains undetected until we can shoot him. He very wisely shoots at both of us to reset the cap for both. I get undetected again. Looks like the Montana is 2 since no one is firing at him. And we are trying to see if the Wooster will show himself. And there he is, so I start firing him at instantly. Montana does too. But as I shoot at the Wooster, it looks like the Montana is changing to the Bismarck. However, both the enemy Bismarck and the Wooster is shooting at me. So while I had more HP than the enemy Wooster, I take significantly more damage. Get high caliber though, but get set on fire once again. And right now I'm just trying to get the Wooster killed. Sol manages to convince our Montana to help with the Wooster, but I kill him here. Doesn't really matter because his fire and lost shells kills me, and he gets his 6th kill. Now it's down to our Montana and either wait out the time or kill the Bismarck. Meanwhile, I do give a compliment to the enemy Wooster because he played really well. We have 30 seconds left. We have the point advantage, so all the Montana needs to do is survive. Sol wants to see more detonations, but I'm honestly just happy if the Montana survives. He does angle a bit and should be safe. And the time ends, and we do win. I get 4 kills and almost 188k damage, so pretty good game. And even though Sol managed to get detonated, we could still get this win in the bag. And here are the victory screens. 4 kills, Leader, Arsonist, and High Caliber. Almost 188k damage, and a bunch of missions as well. Top of the team, 2.2k base XP. Pretty good, but nothing extraordinary. Worth noting is that the enemy Wooster got the 3rd highest base XP in the game, even though his team lost. So he did really well, but obviously not enough since he lost. Sol managed to break 1k, and considering he didn't really live that long and got detonated, he still got fairly high in our team. As you can see, most of my damage was on the core first. He was nice enough to let me shoot at him for quite some time, and I was able to melt him with some support from the Kaba. Also got some damage on the Wooster I killed, and then the 2 destroyers I finished, and some extra damage on other 2 ships, but nothing major. Potential damage almost 2 million, which is pretty good in a Wooster. And had the Montana helped with killing the Wooster, I probably would have survived the game as well, but it wasn't really meant to be. Pretty good XP and Commander XP, even though I didn't really have much in terms of camos and flags, but still pretty good. So another soul carry in the bag, and I hope you enjoyed that.